Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Ask 4. No, Ask 3. Oh my gosh. Ask 3. I'm getting ahead of myself already this morning. Welcome to Ask 3 of the 4 asks of leading your life and business to soulful success. I'm Lindsay, conscious abundance coach and manifesting mentor for highly sensitive, empathic humans. And I welcome you today to this series, day 3 of this series, where we have been diving into all this week. We have been diving into some really key components to achieving and maintaining soulful success in your life and or business. What is soulful success? Well, it's the kind of success that fills your life with meaning, that fills your life with abundance, that keeps you balanced, allows you to have balance, enjoy balance as a highly sensitive person, and really helps you leave a legacy, right? Helps you leave a legacy in the world, live a legacy in the world of impact, influence, and income and happiness. And soulful success is something that a lot of people are really searching for these days. I think gone are the days where it was all about, just achieving for the sake of achieving, hitting, a 6K, a six figure or 7-figure income just for, right, the money. I think gone are the days where it's about who can get to the top of their career the quickest. Gone are the days of really, trying to create things in the world that other people are going to covet versus creating things in the world that you are going to draw massive satisfaction from. Because happiness, right? Happiness, this is what we're here for. We're here to live happy lives, fulfilling lives, model to our children what a joyful life is all about. And as we rise in consciousness, across the globe, and we start to see the impact that we have on the world, on the planet, on beings, on people, more and more heart-led leaders are stepping out and going, you know what? The success that I have isn't just all about me. It's about healing lineage. It's about healing family. It's about healing community. It's about healing the globe, and everybody moving together towards greater abundance, greater prosperity for all, right? Wouldn't it be amazing to look around the world and be able to joyfully see everyone around you feeling fulfilled, doing their work in the world that feels purposeful, having that semblance of connection with other people, of well-being, right? That would be amazing. And guess what? That is part of you becoming soulfully successful yourself. When you are in tune with your soul, when you are intuitively driven, when you are full of courage and devotion to take a stand for the work that you want to share in the world, the message you want to share in the world, this is what you get to create. You get to ripple that into the world and receive it back to yourself. And hey, guess what? Those topics are exactly what we're getting into today with Ask 3, Us and Here. Okay, so this is a little bit of a preview for you. You heard me mention the words take a stand for. You heard me mention receive, and you heard me mention express your message in the world. So those are a little bit of clues for you about what we are going to be talking about today when we're talking about Ask 3. What is going to be asked of you in order to generate and receive your soulful success in the world. So say hello. Let me know who is joining me this morning. I'm just going to put a little message in here so that others can see what we are talking about today. And let's see, 4 asks. Again, if you're just joining me here, we are talking about the 4 asks of leading your life and biz to soulful success. So yesterday we talked about ask number 2, which was all around how we have a relationship with the 5 abundance resources. The day before that, we talked about ask number 1, which is how we need to, the ask is to redefine a new relationship with yourself, to recognize your divine self, to recognize your human self, and the integration and how you navigate that relationship with those kind of two selves. Today, we are talking about us and here. Us and here. Hello, good morning. All right. So, or maybe it's evening for you, Partha. It's probably evening in your neck of the woods. So, us and here, what does that mean? What am I talking about when I'm talking about us and here? So, the ask number 3, is that when we want to create soulful success in our life and business, we will be required to redefine a new relationship with the world. With the world, with you and me, you and me, us together. You, me, the here and the now means the world. So redefining a new relationship with the world, that is going to be required of you. Why? What are those components that are involved in a relationship with the world? What are some really the key pillars that you get to work through, work on, be worked on, redefine how you operate, how you understand? The 4 components of your relationship with the world that get to be redefined are how you express who you are, how you receive, the boundaries you keep, and what you stand for. So let's talk about number 1, how you express who you are. When you go to step bigger out into the world, right? Lots of people here in this community in my Bravery Lab are here to create programs, create offerings. A lot of you are stepping into coaching. A lot of you are stepping into creating courses about writing books, taking your artistry, your music to the next level. This is all about how you express who you are to the world. And your relationship with your expression with the world is something that often highly sensitive people really struggle with, because number 1, they've been told who they are their entire life, who they are, such as you're too deep feeling, you're too sensitive, you're too this, you're too that, you're too much, right? Partly, right, that wound is there for highly sensitive and especially empathic people. So who they have been expressing themselves and who they've been allowing themselves to be in the world has already been kind of like squelched down, right? So it's redefining, like redeveloping, healing, and that relationship of who you are expressed in the world. So how you express who you are you free? Do you feel free in that? Or are you hiding parts of yourself? It's very easy to create a successful business and yet be hiding true parts of yourself. This is something that I went through a number of years ago when I started my first business. I built it based on something that I was really good at, that I had experience in, that actually did bring me a lot of joy. And yet I was hiding. I was hiding my soul gifts. I was hiding my ability to hold people spiritually and nourish them spiritually. Good morning. And so I was hiding a lot of who I was. And this really became, a stuck point, like hitting a wall of really truly being able to step out and express who I am truly at the core and how I help people. So do you find yourself doing that? Do you find yourself still kind of hitting those walls where you get to a certain point where you're willing to share a certain amount of who you are, and yet when it comes to really like the core, the thing that you really, really want to connect with people on, it's like you have this shutdown, you have this avoidance. So this relationship with how you express who you are in the world gets to be redefined. You get to share with the world. So what is the other side of this? Is how you receive. Redefining the relationship of how you receive the world is also very, very important, especially if you're a highly sensitive person. How you receive the world on just a just a data level, right? Just on an intensity level is like this wide. If you can imagine like the space between my hands, how you receive the world, sights, sounds, data, information, colors, emotions, everything, information, ideas, like the space between my hands, like that's how wide your receptivity is. It's massive. Like the average person, how the average person receives the world is probably about like this width. Yours, if you're highly sensitive or empathic, is this big. It's a massive difference. And so how you are going to manage that has to have a different way of you going about managing that. And that's not something that's really talked about like in other programs and other coaches that might teach visibility, that might teach marketing, that might teach, the tactical things about, exploding your business or changing your life. We have to talk about, for you, if you're highly sensitive or empathic, how you receive and help you navigate your receptivity and also your perception of how you are received in the world. Because how you receive all of that, everybody else, right? Once you step out into that platform, step out bigger into your visibility, you have to be prepared to receive all of the new information and all of the new people and the new relationships and the new connections that are, and the new energies that are going to be coming your way. And I have a feeling that a lot of HSPs and empaths, that when it comes to success, that is the one underlying thing that makes them terribly, terribly afraid to succeed. Yes, it is possible to have a fear of success. What exactly is going to happen when you open those doors to yourself and yourself to the world is a fear of how you're going to be able to handle that, how you're going to be able to receive and handle all of those new energies and that success coming your way, including money, including money. And so this relates to yesterday's topic of Ask Two. How do you have this relationship with the abundance resources, money being one of them? So let me know if that resonates. If you sense that maybe part of your fear of putting yourself out there, of really going for it in your business, of really going for it in the book you want to launch or the music that you want to launch, is that there's that tiny niggling fear at the back of your mind. Oh my goodness, how am I actually going to receive all the good and all the new that is going to come my way? Let me know if you're suddenly the lights going on going, yeah, you know what? I think I might actually have a fear of success because it's about how I'm capable of receiving the new and the abundant, and also just in general, the energies, the data, the information, the asks of you that will be returned. There'll be new asks of you by other people. And, that can feel overwhelming. So here is key number 4 when it comes to a new relationship with the world. And this is something that I work with people on a lot. And that is the boundaries. The boundaries you keep. The boundaries you establish and you keep, and your ability to establish boundaries and keep boundaries is going to be a huge indicator of your satisfaction and your energy management with this new relationship with the world that you're going to establish, right? When we think about expressing who we are, we get to have healthy boundaries around that, right? There's no rule that says once you decide you're going to create a platform, you're going to lead a movement, or you're going to put yourself out there as an author, or you're going to put yourself out there with programs and offerings as a coach. There's no rule that says, well, now you have to share absolutely everything about yourself. You have to be raw and vulnerable all over the place all the time. You've exposed every part of yourself to the world. No, you don't have to do that. And there's no rule that is what, drives explosion of your visibility or explosion of your followers or anything like that. The boundaries you keep, You get to have safe and healthy boundaries. But the thing is, with a lot of highly sensitive people and empaths, one of the core wounds, one of the sort of the major things about a lot of who we are, why we grew up the way we did, is because we were not modeled healthy boundaries. We were not modeled, our parents didn't model healthy boundaries. So we have no idea even what those are, how to establish and maintain them. This includes, how much work that you put in, right? 70-hour work weeks. A lot of us as parents that modeled that is what you did. You worked 70, 80-hour weeks. And maybe you've even had the experience of yourself of taking that on and just like working hard, like to create success means you basically obliterate everything else in your life but your work, right? That is not a healthy boundary of work. Then there's the boundaries of sharing, right? You don't have to overshare who you are. So you get to keep that boundary. And so you're starting to hear me talk about these themes of what different boundaries you get to keep and establish. You get to have boundaries around your own clients working with you. You get to establish boundaries of how much time you spend on social media, how much time you promote yourself, how much time you put into all of the things that go into growing a business, if that is what you want to do. Or, maybe you're in a career and you want to be in that leadership position in your organization, and you're afraid that when you get into that, that VP level or that, some kind of higher level at work in your career, you might be worried and holding back because you're not having healthy boundaries at this time. And so that concept of going to the next level feels overwhelming because right now you're not maintaining very healthy boundaries for yourself, for your spiritual, energetic self, for your health, and for your time. So boundaries is a really key component that I work with highly sensitive people and empaths on, because this really helps us stay balanced. And okay, so let's move on to the fourth thing that I mentioned. Oh, I'm forgetting to put up my little papers, what you stand for. Number 4 in your new relationship with the world is taking a stand. Taking a stand. What do you really stand for? What are you standing up for in this world, in your life, in your community, in your family? This definitely relates a little bit to boundaries, but it's more of like a mission base, right? Your new relationship with the world gets to evolve into what you're taking a stand for. When we go to work on our calling, on our purpose, on something really meaningful, we get to bring other people along with us. We get to inspire other people. We get to create a ripple effect in the world. So what do you really want to take a stand for? What do you want to inspire others to take a stand for? What is that deeper thing that the world needs, that you are going to really stand up and say, hey, we're going to make this happen. This is worth fighting for, or this gets to be what we get to enjoy as a human society from now on. What are you going to really take a stand for? That is going to be part of your new relationship with the world. So ask number 3, soulful success. Ask number 3, this encompasses, the us that's involved, right? The us, the you and me, the you and your community, the you and your city, the you and the world, the you and your clients, us in the here and now. How do you get to express who you are? How do you get to receive your own impact, your abundance, and all like the data and the information and the asks of you that will come forward from you stepping out and expressing who you are? What are the boundaries healthy boundaries that you get to establish and hold? And then what are you taking a stand for? And all of these things are interrelated, right? What you stand for, the boundaries you keep, how you receive, and how you express who you are. Working with these components gets to be this opportunity of healing not just yourself and your ancestral lineage, but like for community as well. And so you redefining your new relationship with the world very much will open up the flow of abundance, open up opportunities, open up your ability to inspire and lead others. And that's what soulful success is about, right? It's about inspiring, impacting, influencing, and creating abundance of thought, right? Abundance of change within oneself and the world as well. So, what are some of so we've been through some of the asks, ask 1, ask 2, ask 3. And as you can see, the theme of redefining new relationship and integration of multiple things could, have you thinking like, well, oh my goodness, how do I go about this? How do I go about it? And let me say, this is not work that one wants to do alone. You could, however, you're going to move forward a lot more quickly. You're going to move forward a lot more confidently when you have that mentor alongside you that can help guide you through the nuances and the intricacies of redefining these new relationships and all the little moving pieces. And so that's why I would invite you into considering what one-to-one coaching can do to help you move and redefine these relationships and really embrace these asks into your life. So starting in September, I have space for 2 one-to-one clients in what I am going to call the Soulful Success Quantum Accelerator. The Soulful Success Quantum Accelerator. This is a one-to-one relationship where we're going to walk through your redefinition. I'm going to help you redefine at a very intimate level these new relationships and help you step into answering what is asked of you. So ask number 1, right? New relationship with yourself. Number 2, new relationship with abundance resources. Ask number 3, your new relationship with the world. We're going to get on like a very intimate level with helping you clarify, redefine, and embody these asks of you. And the one-to-one coaching is really customizable. We get to figure out where you're starting from, where you are at each level of these asks, and then really get into the meat of figuring out, okay, what needs to be healed, what gets to be released, what gets to be redefined. So if you're interested in finding out more about the Soulful Success Quantum Accelerator Coaching, which is one-to-one, which I've spaced for 2 people, starting in September, you're going to want to get in touch with me by direct message. And also there is the opportunity to just hop on a call with me, have a 30-minute, what I like to call the insight to action strategy call, and help you figure out like what is the right step for you. So where do you need the most help? Where do you need the direction in your life or business at this time? You get to have some clarifying strategy session around that before you kind of figure out like, is the Soulful Success Accelerator for me? What is it I exactly need right now? And how do I get that into my life? So I'm going to pop a little link into the comments here. You can easily schedule your free 30-minute strategy session to get some clarity about where you are right now and whether the accelerator is right for you, or if there's something else that's going to help you move forward abundantly, fulfilled, and quickly, then we'll get to sort that all out in a one-to-one call. So tomorrow, we are going to be wrapping up the series with Ask 4, called Role and Place. If you've enjoyed all of the series so far, tomorrow we're going to bring it all home. We're going to tie it all together. And I look forward to sharing ask number 4 with you tomorrow. If you're watching this on replay, if you have any questions, be sure to drop those questions into the comments and I will answer them as we go. And thank you for joining this morning, you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.